What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? That might have been the best clap I have ever done. Holy cow. Anyway, today we have the Springfield Echelon. The loved, the hated Springfield Echelon. I love when Springfield comes out with a new gun because there's so much love and there's so much hate. I just like to sit back and watch the world burn. What is this gun? All right. If you took a Glock 17, a P320, and a Springfield Hellcat, put them in a box, shook them up, it would come out to be the Springfield Echelon. It is a full-size duty-style gun. Obviously, can be used for a lot more than that. It is just about the same size as the Glock 17. And that's it. That's the review. I'm done. I'll see you guys later. Now, getting into the magazines, it takes a 17 and a 20-round magazine, and of course, you can get 10-round magazines for you boys and girls who don't live in free states. The metal magazines, they seem to be good to go, and we will let time tell how well and how durable those magazines are long term. Now the grip I love. Love, love, love. They did a great job on the grip. It reminds me of a larger Hellcat grip. That's why I made the analogy in the beginning of the video, but the shape of it is great. The shape feels good. The second I picked this gun up, it fit my hands really, really well. The grip texture is great also. I love it. It's not too aggressive. It's not too soft. It's that perfect mix of that in-between balance. I think they did a really good job on all around on the grip. Now, a little thing with the grip texture I love is I like it when companies put the grip texture up above the magazine release. I don't know why I care that so much. It doesn't really affect shooting all that much. Maybe more aesthetics. I don't like slick plastic, so I really like that. Also on the front of the grip, you do have two, I forget what they call them. They're kind of speed ledges, but either way, it gives my thumb a place to rest as I'm shooting. And I really prefer that. I like that on a gun, so wanted to call that out as well. You also get 3 different back straps, small, medium, and larges. So you have a little bit of customizing with the size of the grip for your hand. And of course, we have to talk about the COG, the C-O-G. COG stands for a Centralized Operating Group. Now, it's kind of similar to a P320. That's why I threw the P320 in there in the beginning of the video. You take out the takedown lever, and then that COG, that central operating group, that fire control unit, whatever you want to call it, it lifts out of the pistol and you can swap it into different grips. As of right now, Springfield has 3 different size grips, not size as far as the frame length, but as far as the grip, a small, medium, and large sizes. So you have the 3 different size grips, small, medium, and large, and you also have the 3 different back straps, small, medium, or large. So it really allows you to customize the size of the grip for your hand and make it fit as comfortable as it possibly can. And who knows, with aftermarket support, if this will start Springfield down a similar path to like SIG, and they have so much aftermarket support out there, the ability to do that is there, and SIG's not the only one who's done that, but they're definitely the most popular one. All right. Sponsor, real quick, the Elite Indoor Gun Range. Local FFL to me let me borrow this Springfield Echelon for the review. So I need to thank them. They're the sponsor of the video because they loaned me the gun. If you're anywhere in this area in Rhode Island, go check them out. Indoor range, training class, sporting clays, country club, lots of nice stuff. Go check them out. Good people, good folks. All right, magazine release and slide release. We're going to 2-for-1 this. The magazine release is good shape, good size, good texture, all that stuff. Drops a magazine freely, but it's an AMB mag release, and I don't love AMB mag releases. I definitely prefer to have a reversible mag release, but that's just my opinion. It's okay if we don't disagree. With that said, though, where Springfield put this, it's not in the way. I've never accidentally pushed it. The reason I don't like AMB mag releases, on almost every gun that has an AMB mag release, I'm shooting, I accidentally push that AMB mag release, and now my magazine's loose, and I get a click instead of a bang, and I'm all mad and embarrassed. Didn't happen on this gun with my hands. If your hands are bigger or different shape, you know, your miles may vary, but that's one of the few things I didn't like about the gun. Slide release. When I first saw the slide release, I said, that's terrible. Look how small that thing is. Look how high it is. It is AMB, which is cool, but that thing doesn't make any sense. And then I picked up the gun and went, oh, that's kind of perfect. It's in a great spot. Because it's in a little different of a spot, you never ride it. Well, I never rode it on my hands. I can't imagine anyone's going to ride it when they're shooting. But if you want to use it as a release, it's right there. And I think most people are going to be able to reach this slide release much easier than most people. So I assumed the mag release was going to be terrible when I saw pictures of it. When I got my hands on it, I went, oh, that's actually pretty slick and works pretty well. All right, trigger time. Everybody's favorite time of the video, we're going to talk about the trigger. The trigger is good. It's very good. It's definitely better than we mentioned a Glock 17. Leaps and bounds better than a Glock 17 out of the box. So you have the safety built onto the trigger, little dongle safety as well. You come up to a very crisp wall, and I like that because I like to pull up to that wall and break through. When you pull through the wall, you know, it's not bad, it's okay. This is a polymer striker fired gun, so it's pretty good. And then the reset is stupid short. Not in a bad way, in a good way. The reset is really short, really nice. The problem is, in my opinion, I don't think it's tactile enough. So in the beginning when I was shooting it, I shoot nice and slow, and I didn't know if I had let off that trigger enough, so I let out a little more, and I let out much further than I needed to. Once you play around and get used to the trigger, I don't think it will be an issue, but the trigger is not very tactile. It doesn't really push your hand forward very hard. With that said, it's still one of the better polymer striker fired guns out there. One of the better triggers. It's not the best, but it is very good. Anyway, 5-second break. This way you can get up close and personal with this trigger. Take a look at it, hear it, smell it, see it, and I'll be right back. What did you think of that trigger? I thought it was pretty damn good. Not the nicest polymer striker fired trigger, but definitely one of the better triggers in a polymer striker fired gun. Rail is standard, 1913 cutout, 4 different slots. I put several different lights on there. They locked up well, no issues, no problems with that. Serrations are great. They did a great job with the serrations. Not only do I think they're aesthetically pleasing, they're cut very deep. The end of the front serrations and the end of the rear serrations flare out a little. If you're familiar with the H&K VP9, the last serration flares out, but those were plastic tabs, and I broke several of those. This flares out, and it's still metal, which is good. So I think if you have any grip strength issues, it's definitely going to help you rack the slide a little bit with the deep serrations and how it flares out, and whether you rack it from above, the underneath, the top, however you do it, you'll be good to go. The serrations, they did a great job with the serrations, not only functionality and aesthetics. Sights are good as well. I can't believe I'm saying so many good things. The sights are good as well. They're steel sights, thank you, no plastic sights at all. They can drift in and out, dovetail in on the front and the rear, so easily replaceable. The front has a tritium vial around a very bright yellow circle, and I did shoot with the irons at the range, not through the dot, and the sights were fine. They worked well. I don't love U-notched rear sights. There's something about my eyes don't pick them up well, and I shoot them high for some reason. Most people are not like that. It's just something with my brain that I can't get past. If you don't want the U-notched rear, you can also get it with 3 tritium dots. If you want 2 in the front, I'm sorry, 2 in the rear and 1 in the front, that is one of the options you can get from Springfield. Now, I saved the optics cut for one of the last things that we're going to talk about, because the optics cut is unique. And if it's as durable as Springfield says it is, and it's as durable as it appears to be, then Springfield did a really good job with the optics cut. So first, you screw directly down to the slide. There's no optics plates, there's no weak points, nothing that's going to break. Check one. You can also put 30 different optics onto this slide. So it has these little pins. What did they call them? Yeah, pins they call them. And you put the pins in different locations in the slide based on the optic that you're putting on the gun. So if you're putting in RMR, there's RMR holes. You put the pins in the slide, into the RMR, screw it down, you're good to go. If it's a loophole Delta Point Pro, you use different holes. Cool, works well. Some of the pins also are self-locking pins. So as you tighten down the optic, the pins push against the slide. They push laterally against the slide, and it helps to lock the optic in even tighter. So again, cool concept. It's nice that you can get so many different optics to work in the slide. And again, assuming it is as durable as it should be, then A++. A+ for creativity and thinking outside the box. I'm sure they'll get a patent out of that, and I hope it's as durable as they say it is and as it should be. And then if it is, that's pretty good. All right, these are the dimensions, the weight, and the price of this Springfield gun. And I'm going to pull up the Glock 17 just so you can compare the size and the weight This is a new gun. Not everyone's held one. Most people have seen and held the Glock 17. The variation in the price is for different sights. Like I said, you can get the 3-dot if you want. It's a little more expensive. And you can also get a threaded barrel. This is a standard barrel. It's like 4.5 inches. Threaded's like 5 1/4 or something like that. You pay a little more for that. Now, I will put a bunch of affiliate links down in the video description for you. If you're looking to pick one of these up, if this is your jam, if you want to try it, the links will be down there. Hopefully I can find you a good deal. I typically see these going for $6.50, $6.29. I saw a couple places had them for $5.99. They're still a little hard to get, but that's the price that they're going for. Before we get into testing, the last thing I want to show you is how to disassemble it, how to field strip it. It's very, very easy to do. It's somewhat similar to a SIG P320 and a lot of other guns as well. So we're going to lock the slide to the rear. We're going to triple check to make sure the gun is unloaded, because you never want to send around through the wall, hit your neighbor, poor Timmy the neighbor. That wouldn't be good. Pull down on the takedown lever. Why do I do that sometimes? Once you do that, the slide comes right off. Sorry for the dad jokes. I can't help myself. So you don't have to pull the trigger. For those who care, you don't have to pull the trigger. Looking inside the frame, it all looks pretty standard. I'm not a mechanical engineer, but it looks very standard for a striker-fired polymer gun. Nothing crazy. The recoil spring is captured, so it does not go flying. Yay for that. The barrel, again, 4.5 inches, cold hammer forged. Typically, cold hammer forged barrels are going to last longer than you're going to last, so I'm sure the barrel will last a very, very long time. All right, testing. I only put a couple hundred rounds through this gun. That's why this is just a first impressions video. I brought it to the range today. I just got home about an hour ago, and it was a weird day. It started off like really cold and rainy, and within a half hour, it went super sunny and warm really, really quick. So that's why the difference in the footage that you're seeing. But it was all the same day. Put a couple hundred rounds through it. We did concealed carry type drills. We did some duty drills. Drew a lot from the holster. We did some magazine exchanges. Shot right-handed, shot left-handed. Bunch of steel, of course. I'm a child. I love to bang steel. And through the couple hundred rounds, I had 0 malfunctions, 0 issues, no failures of any kind. I did hit it with a little bit of gun butter lube when I got to the range to make sure it was prepared to run as smooth as possible. And again, this is from the rental counter at the Elite Indoor Gun Range, so it does have quite a few rounds on it already, and so far so good. I forgot one big thing with the optics cut. I apologize. Before I get into pros and cons, there's one big thing I meant to say. I just looked down at my notes and saw it about the optics plate. So at first at the Elite Indoor Gun Range, they did not have an optics on this. They just had the plate that comes with it, the plate that covers the optics cut. And in the first 200 rounds, the screws that were in the optics plate cover broke. The screws broke, not the plate. The screws broke. That's why they took it off and they put this RMR on here. They didn't want to leave it without the cover, so they had this RMR laying around and they put the RMR on there. So the screws on this RMR have lasted hundreds of rounds without any issues, but something was wrong with those screws that came from Springfield that held the plate down. Those broke, just so you know. I didn't want to forget that. All right, pros. Oh, back to last thing for shooting. Man, I'm a space cadet today. It shoots extremely nice. That's the other thing. No failures, and it shoots really, really nice. From the second I picked the gun up, I'm like, oh, this feels great. It shoots great. I got to give credit where credit's due. Like, assuming this is as durable as it should be, as it needs to be, and you put this in the Glock 17 in front of me, I'm going to take this over the Glock 17 any day of the week. We know the Glocks are durable. I don't like the features. Assuming this is durable, they did a great, great job with the features and the layout and the grip and everything on this gun. All right. The biggest pro is the removable fire control unit, the COG, whatever they want to call it, how you can swap different grips. Maybe that leads into some aftermarket support for Springfield, who knows. But that removable COG with the 3 different size grips and the 3 different size back straps, cool, cool, cool. Next thing I'm going to say is the optics cut, again with the caveat that it's as durable as it should be. They did a good job thinking outside the box, being a little creative, not making the same old thing that everybody else makes. The different pins, how it works with 30 different optics, and they're self-locking. They did a lot of really good things with the optics cut. I'm going to mention the sights really quick just because they're steel sights. I like the serrations. Not only, again, are they aesthetically pleasing, they're very functional. Great job with the serrations. And I do want to mention the grip. Not only the shape, the texture, the feel, everything about the grip is great. And I'm going to put the slide release in a pro as well. Again, when I first saw it, I made fun of Springfield in my mind for it. I'm like, that's the worst slide release I've ever seen. It's terrible. I got my hands on the gun, and I went, ooh, that's a really nice slide release. So I ate my words. The slide release is really nice. As far as cons, the only con I have is the ambi mag release. I don't love ambi mag releases because of the problems I've had with other guns. I didn't have a problem in the couple hundred rounds that I shot through this gun, so maybe this would be okay, this ambi mag release. So if you're thinking about getting one, maybe you can get your hands on one and see if your fat knuckles push that magazine release or not. And that's really the only con I have. Everything else on the gun is pretty nice. Overall, man, Springfield's trying. I got to give them credit. Everything, sorry, there's just a hummingbird in my window. Everything Springfield is doing, they are trying. Between the bullpup and the Hellcat and their rifles and this pistol, they're listening to what consumers want, and they're putting out guns on paper that have all the features that people want. I think no matter what they do, there's going to be a good portion of people in the industry that hate them, and a good portion of the people who absolutely love them. Like, they have plenty of fanboys. And again, I just like to sit back and watch the world burn and watch people go at it and get a kick out of it. The two things I'm going to say: one, it is a drastic improvement over the XD series. Oh my God, night and day different. Great job there. Second, I'm gonna wait for some long-term durability tests, especially on the optics cut, before I give my final opinion. I want to see some people get tens of thousands of rounds to this, beat up that optic plate really good, and then I'll give my final opinion on it. All right, let me thank the Elite Indoor Gun Range, my local FFL, gave me the gun for the review. I can't speak. Very nice of them. Thank you to them. If you're in the area, go check them out. Again, some affiliate links down in the video description. If you want to find one, hopefully I can find you a good deal. Email marketing, TiberiousGive.com. I send about 2 emails out per month. It's going to be all the videos I released, because YouTube doesn't notify people. It's going to be a bunch of deals and the giveaways that I have as well. So if you want to subscribe to the email marketing, that's the website where you can subscribe. Swag. I got the nicest, I got the softest, most athletic, best swag in the industry. I don't care. I have the best. It's made by TriStar Trading Apparel. The link is down in the video description if you want to support the channel. This and Patreon are the 2 best ways to do so. Both of those links are down in the video description. Last thing I got for you is Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you want to know what I'm reviewing right now in real time before the review comes out here on YouTube, those links are down there as well. More important than any of that nonsense, thank you for watching. I think in the end I rambled a bunch and this video got a little long, so if you're still here, I appreciate it. If you think I deserve it, like, comment, definitely subscribe, enable the bell notification. Santa said if you subscribe to the channel, he will deliver you a Springfield Echelon for Christmas. He promised, and Santa never lies. Peace.